In the days of ancient Greece, the victors of both athletic competitions, such as the ancient Olympics, and poetry meets, were presented with a wreath made of leaves and branches from a bay laurel. These wreaths became symbols of honor and success. The word laureate is derived from the word laurel. The title of Poet Laureate is bestowed upon a successful and innovative poet. Their purpose is to give the nation a greater appreciation for the reading and writing of poetry. The Poet Laureate Consultant in Poetry to the Library of Congress of the United States is appointed each year by the Librarian of Congress. The Poet Laureate is paid an annual stipend for his work. This money is funded by a gift from philanthropist Archer M. Huntington. The position of Poet Laureate requires few official duties, which affords the poets ample time to continue their own projects. Many holders of the position have used their influence to bring poetry to both a wider audience and authorship. Philip Levine is the current Poet Laureate of the United States. His parents were Russian Jewish immigrants who raised him in Detroit during the Great Depression. Most of his poems are about the downtrodden and the working class. One of his best-known poems is What Work Is. We stand in the rain in a long line, waiting at Ford Highland Park for work. You know what work is. If you're old enough to read this, you may know what work is, although you may not do it. Forget you. This is about waiting, shifting from one foot to another, feeling the light rain falling like mist into your hair, blurring your vision until you think you see your own brother ahead of you, maybe 10 paces. You rub your glasses with your fingers, and of course, someone else's brother, narrower across the shoulders than yours, but with the same sad slouch. The grin that does not hide the stubbornness. The sad refusal to give in to rain, to the hours wasted waiting, to the knowledge that somewhere ahead a man is waiting who will say, "No, we're not hiring today," for any reason he wants. You love your brother. Now suddenly you can hardly stand the love flooding you for your brother, who's not beside you, or behind you, or ahead, because he's home, trying to sleep off a miserable night shift at Cadillac, so he can get up before noon to study his German. Works 8 hours a night so he can sing Wagner, the opera you hate most, the worst music ever invented. How long has it been since you told him you loved him? Held his wide shoulders, opened your eyes wide, and said those words, maybe kissed his cheek. You've never done something so simple, so obvious, not because you're too young or too dumb, not because you're jealous or even mean or incapable of crying in the presence of another man. No, just because you don't know what work is. The United Kingdom also has a Poet Laureate. The Poet Laureate of the United Kingdom is chosen by the monarch. The Prime Minister submits to the Queen a list of poets whose work is of national significance. From these poets, she selects one for the Lord Chamberlain to appoint. The position is a fixed 10-year appointment which pays £20 and a bottle of sherry each year. In earlier times, the Poet Laureate of the United Kingdom had many official responsibilities, including writing poems for special events such as royal weddings and birthdays, and at least one poem a year praising the monarch. Recently, the position has evolved and is more flexible and more similar to the position in the United States. Carol Ann Duffy is the current Poet Laureate of the United Kingdom. She is the first woman to ever hold the position. She was born in Glasgow, Scotland, to Irish Catholic parents. She helped them care for her 4 younger brothers. Her poems contain vivid characters and narratives with an overtone of social critique and a sharp wit. Carol Duffy is not only the first woman to hold the post of Poet Laureate of the United Kingdom, she is also the first openly lesbian Poet Laureate. a fact that shapes many of her poems, including Valentine. Not a red rose or a satin heart. I give you an onion. It is a moon wrapped in brown paper. It promises light like the careful undressing of love. Here, it will blind you with tears like a lover. It will make your reflection a wobbling photo of grief. I am trying to be truthful. Not a cute card or a kissogram. I give you an onion. Its fierce kiss will stay on your lips, possessive and faithful as we are, for as long as we are. Take it. Its platinum loops shrink to a wedding ring if you like. Lethal. Its scent will cling to your fingers, cling to your knife. As you can see, the title of Poet Laureate is a great honor bestowed upon diverse but highly talented and hardworking people. This has been a presentation by Stephanie Cotton.